Hello and welcome back, folks. And it's getting even closer to Chinese New Year, and it's time to celebrate some more with this dining experience. So the Min Jiang is a restaurant that promises authentic Chinese cuisine in the mean streets of Kensington. She's a part of a collection of diners and restaurants that are all hosted here at the Royal Garden Hotel. What sets the Min Jiang apart from other Chinese restaurants within the London area, other than her swanky London location, is because of her speciality, which is of Beijing duck, a very highly sought after dish roasted on a traditional wood-fired oven for a distinctive flavour, texture and aroma. Well, my palate and appetite is well and truly provoked, so let's not waste any more time. I shall see you all inside by the table. And welcome to the Min Jiang. I've been presented with a trio of menus here. The smallest one is the dim sum menu, but I'll cast this aside and give you a little tour of the main a la carte. So there we are, little intro there to set the tone, and you've got all the classic, I say classic, the signature dishes, which is the roast duck, Beijing style. You have to pre-order, I believe. That's what I did when I made my reservation some months ago. And you have your appetizers or starters and soup selection. So forgive me if I'm scrolling through this very quickly, I just don't want to hold up service. And here is your wine menu. Champagne, just the selection of two by the glass, rosé or your standard offerings, white and red. Rosé. Of course, as we are in Zone 1 London, no restaurant is complete without its own cocktail selections. There we go. I should point out these little salt and pepper shakers. Hopefully I won't need them if the food is cooked properly and seasoned well. Yeah, but they're surprisingly weighty for their little bijou dimensions. So I've also got myself still water and jasmine tea, just to stick with some tradition, and I have champagne on its way also. I have my champagne, which has landed. It's only the one standard champagne by the glass on offer, but 150ml, so good size. I'll give it a quick nose test. Very nutty baked goods. They're not too acidic, so I've got good feelings about this one. So, on behalf of Min Jiang, Gong Hei Fat Choi, I'm rather liking this one. Very similar tasting profile to, say, perhaps Veuve Clicquot, that sort of flavour profile. Yeah, all very good. Wow. The 10th floor of the hotel, and you got some incredible views of London. Not only just the splendid skyline, but you've got trees of the Kensington area to admire also. Bear in mind it's only early February. I imagine it will be much more verdant and spectacular in the summer months. So I'm happy here. That's the excellent view. I'm just literally looking out that way, and I've got London to keep me entertained. All the business with ordering food has been taken care of, so that's going to be on its way. Thank you. And they just landed a interesting little dish of looks like spicy beans and sesame seeds. So I'm going to try and pick this up with the chopsticks. Nice and easy. They are chilled. It's a lovely flavour. Sesame seed, a little bit of heat, and you've got the flavour of the earthy flavour of the green beans. Pretty good. A few bites in, I can imagine the more you eat this, the more addictive it gets. And another. Loving the little rest they have for your spoon and your chopstick. Very nice touch there. It is more of a fine dining establishment, as it would be in a luxury hotel setting in a rather fancy part of London town. I just thought I'd top up my jasmine tea also. It's still very hot though, so I'm not sure I can wade in straight away. There we go. Good quality jasmine tea, very refreshing, and goes very well if you're having roast duck. It cuts through all the richness and the fats of the game. This is Szechuan hot and sour soup. I certainly smell the acidity, the sour flavours already. It's quite viscous as well. Look at that. Yeah, I made sure my linen napkin is in position, as I don't want to spill this, so perhaps I should just move this a bit closer to myself and not make a mess. Okay, first taste. Here we go. They certainly wasn't joking with the description. It is indeed very sour and very spicy, very hot in both temperature and spice levels. Yeah, I'm going to have to allow my brain to adjust to the flavours and the character of this soup. So bear with me, folks. Right off the bat, this is certainly a cold climate dish, as denoted by its origins in Szechuan, so I imagine it can get very cold in the winter months, so this soup would be perfectly staple for that setting. Oh, I'll waffle on too much, don't I? Anyway, here we go. Yeah, my palate is adjusting. The sour takes a little bit to get used to. I've not looked up the recipe for this soup, but I imagine something citrus, perhaps vinegar, to give it that sharpness. There's certainly body as well. It's not just sharp. There's some oomphness to the soup. It's got that slight stick to the ribs element to it. Oh, okay. So there's little bits of shredded chicken, I believe, in there. Right, let me see if I can get this on the spoon without other ingredients dangling off the end of it. I don't want it splashing everywhere. There is a variety of shredded vegetables, mushrooms, and if I just keep a trawl through, oh, I don't want to keep playing around my food, just keep eating. So yes, I'm getting used to the soup. It's satisfying, warming, keeping my palate busy. Oh, my mouth is not burning, but you definitely feel the warmth in the chilies there. It's certainly a hearty soup. I'm just eavesdropping. I can hear other guests conversing. Very much an international client base at this hotel. It's only likely to have a diverse mix of diners from all parts of the world. So as part of the roast duck experience, you get to witness a little bit of expert carving of the duck. So all part of the theatrics to add towards the whole experience. And I've just been given my little basket of pancakes to have the first course of 2 of the roast duck. So there will be a follow-up serving of duck. The way how it's expertly cut into little thin slices, displayed onto a platter. There's not many places in London where you get this sort of presentation. Side garnishes, cucumber, spring onions.
Excuse me, this is
sauce.
Xiao
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay. Do you want to open the leg for you, or do you keep it like this?
I'll just keep it like that, it's fine, thank you. Order of service is a little bit disjointed, as I was hoping to have the bao bun before the duck, but I will roll with it. So you've got pickled cabbage there, some very finely diced garlic, and some raw onion. Also, to kick off proceedings is the delightful little slices of crispy duck skin. So this is what it is all about. With Beijing or Peking duck. Picked it up with the chopstick and you can tell it's very crispy. And you're supposed to dip this into a little bit of sugar. Like so. Okay. Alright. Let's give this a try. My goodness. That skin, it's like creme brulee. When you got the crispy caramel and you you gently crack it with a spoon. It's even more delicate than that. That's amazing. Selection of sliced duck breast has been presented to me. So I'm going to be quite busy with this one, I'd say. Let's give this another bite. Okay, so here is a more wider angle view of the table. So you can see there's significant amount of table real estate being taken up by the duck dish. And this is just the first of the 2 servings of the duck. I'm going to just try the duck breast on its own before I have it with the pancake. So let me just pick on a slice here. I'm just going to eat it naked. No sauces or seasoning. Wow. That is incredible. One thing that always concerns me with barbecue duck elsewhere is meat tends to be slightly overdone, but they've managed to maintain an element of pinkness so that the flesh is still very succulent and the skin is not as crispy as the items presented here. However, delightfully rendered down fat, melt in the mouth, absolutely incredible. And as you can see, I've helped myself to another slice. So here we go. Oh, I feel a little bit nervous now. There's a lot going on, keeping my eyes and all my other senses busy. Okay, so let's try a pancake. I'm not sure these pancakes are homemade. They certainly feel a bit uniform. Anyway, I'm not here to review or critique the food. I'm just here to share the experience and enjoy myself. It is Chinese New Year after all. There is 2 dark sauces. One of them is going to be hoisin, and I'm not sure what the other one is. I didn't take notice. As short attention span and all that jazz. All right, so a little bit more. The textures and flavours are going to be somewhat different to your traditional shredded duck that you get in your local takeaway, that is for sure. So, let's be good mannered and use chopsticks, and let's get some of the garnish on here. Cucumber, spring onion. Maybe I'll just get the duck onto the pancake first. Take it from there. 2, I'll say. I'm showing enormous restraint right now because I just could simply just grab this plate and wolf it down like a savage. A little bit of garlic in there. Not too much. I don't want to overwhelm the main star of the show. Alright, I'll try not to squirt the sauce out everywhere. The duck breast certainly shines even amongst all the supporting ingredients and sauce. I'm going to need a tissue because I squirted just a bit of the hoisin and the natural fats of the duck. Yeah, got to be careful next time. Okay, pancake number 2. Let's dress this up again. So, no, in fact, let's try this other sauce. I don't know if it's the same thing or... Yeah, I'd say 2 is enough. Let's get our glass of water out of the way to get a better view. A little bit of garnish. You can certainly ascertain the quality of the duck within the pancake and all the accompanying bits and pieces. So, yeah, true testament to the quality of the duck. Absolute fantastic. I say this whilst I may have sauce around my lips, but put a crown around me, I feel like a king right now eating this food. A little palate cleanser. And I've just been presented with the second serving of the duck main course. So these are little discs of iceberg lettuce, so they're very known for their crispiness and freshness. It's almost like bellinis, and you have minced duck and I believe some diced chilies or peppers, spring onions, scallions. What's the best way to eat this? I would say, yes, used to use our fingers. It makes sense. Okay, here we go. I can definitely feel the warmth of the filling, so this may be quite hot. Here we go. Very hearty filling, offset by the crispiness and lightness of the lettuce. It's not as sweet as the pancake course. It's a little bit more rich. So I'm holding my little disc of lettuce in a funny way as I can feel the filling started to fall out, so I better eat this one quick. Third time lucky. As with the food, I'm round robberying between the drinks, champagne, the green jasmine tea and water. It's keeping me busy. I don't know why I've been picking up chopsticks for. What am I doing? Let's have another piece of the minced duck. I'm not sure what more I can do to describe it. It's, imagine sort of filling you get in your shepherd's pie, for example, but with duck instead, and a totally different hit of rich, earthy flavours and a little bit of freshness added on top with the spring onion. I want to go back to the main duck breast. So let me do a little swapperoonie. I'm going to have the duck breast naked again. Dangerously Moorish and addictive. It's the same thing, isn't it? That duck skin, the duck fat, so delicate, so melt in the mouth, so decadent. Something like, imagine foie gras is that sort of naughty but nice flavour and taste. Alright, let's try the crispy duck skin again. Let's dip this into sugar. I'm going to be greedy and have 2 pieces, but without sugar. I don't know what else to say, really. It's utterly an exciting, satisfying feast. Another piece. Sorry, Mr. Salt and Pepper Pot. You are simply not needed today. Plenty of flavour going on here, thank you. In the midst of all the enjoyment, I've forgotten about the bao buns, so let's reveal what's inside. Use my chopsticks for this one. It may spill, the filling may spill out though, of course. Here we go. Luckily, I anticipated something would spill out, so juice from the pork has fallen out, so tasting impressions gives me very much dim sum type flavour. Perhaps this is part of the dim sum offering anyway. It's a little bit more hearty, I'd say, but yeah, full of flavour. Belly is on the business end, feeling full, but I want to eat it all. Dessert, I don't know. Oh. Right, so all that food and the order of service has certainly thrown me, and I'm supposed to then talk about the anecdotes and history of this restaurant. I suppose I've got to get it done. The show must go on. So the Min Jiang restaurant is named after the Min River within the Fujian province. It was opened in 2008 by the Xu family following the successes of her older sister restaurants back in Singapore. Situated on the 10th floor, the restaurant encountered some initial challenges with the hotel building. Firstly, the kitchen needed to accommodate the wood fire ovens, and in addition to that, an array of industrial-grade cooking stoves that operated at a somewhat higher temperature in order to support the food that they want to showcase. And as far as for the Royal Garden Hotel, she started life out during the Victorian days, built on the site of a former tavern, or then known as the King's Arms Hotel, sporting the typical Victorian red brick, bay windows and torels, and an impressive array of botanicals that were showcased throughout the entire lobby, which was all very fashionable at the time. By 1965, the building was demolished to make way for a larger and more modern, modern as in 1960 standards, in order to accommodate 400 bedrooms. Of course, the hotel would have had various visitors or famous faces and royalty who have stayed over or have visited in some kind of ceremonial event. And the hotel is also famed to have hosted the World Cup winning England squad of 1966 as part of their official celebrations. So as far as London hotels go, it is a story of two halves. And I've just requested a dessert menu. Yes, you heard right. I have found the inner resolve to fit one more course in. It is Chinese New Year after all. Let's see what they got. So ice cream, sorbet, which is an easy way out if you think about it in terms of puddings and desserts. Same with fruit salad. If you want something a bit more rich and decadent, there is rice pudding with ice cream. Fresh mango cream with sago pearls. Grapefruit and pomelo. Red bean paste Sichuan pancake with vanilla ice cream. That sounds very rich. And pineapple upside down cake, star anise ice cream. Dark chocolate brownie mousse, lychee and yuzu sorbet. And finally, last but not least, strawberry and calamansi cheesecake, pistachio grenache. I was rooting around to find where my bottle of water is, and it turns out it was stashed behind me in this display cabinet. Interesting. And the final course has landed. No, and this is not, it's not custard, it is mango cream with sabo pearls. I will explain to you what sabo pearls are shortly, but let's give this a taste test. Probably see the pearls on the spoon now. Let's see how this goes. Fresh, very tropical tasting, and not sickly or heavy, which is just the tickets after the meal I had. I bit into the sabo pearls, so they look like, if you ever had bubble tea, those tapioca pearls. They are slightly smaller, but they come from different origins. So sabo comes from the trunk of a palm tree, whereas I believe that tapioca comes from a root plant. It's amazing what a couple of minutes of Google does. Hey, it's almost as if I've gone full circle here. I started off with a soup to start off with and round off with a dessert in sort of a soup form, but they taste nothing alike. There's sour and spicy, sour and hot Szechuan soup, and mango cream with sabo pearls are worlds apart, let me tell you. If there's any residual heat in my mouth, the mango cream will certainly quench all that. Some little diced fruits thrown in there too, just to add to the tropical sort of Asian forest flavours. This is not overly sweet, so it's perfectly balanced for me today. So as with tapioca pearls, the little sabo pearls are very soft, translucent. They burst in the mouth. They don't have any flavour of their own. There's no natural sweetness or anything of that sort. It's just there to add a little bit of texture. Okay, I'm going to need some time alone to finish this dessert, so I shall see you all outside for the wrap up. I won't be long. So that was the Min Jiang dining experience here at the Royal Garden Hotel in Kensington. Hope I did that one justice. That duck dish, good grief, that is certainly very eventful. Eat it and you certainly feel like you're celebrating something regardless whether it's Chinese New Year or not. Imagine you could take it up to another level had you shared that dish with a friend, a loved one, dining partner, and whatever takes your fancy. Certainly give this place a visit if you have the opportunity to do so. Wow. Okay, I'm just completely completely stuffed right now, and got an hour and 15-hour 20-minute journey home, so it's going to be a bit of a long ride. Maybe I should do a little stroll as well beforehand to walk some of this food off. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I certainly have enjoyed filming it, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next Chinese New Year themed video, which will be coming along hopefully very soon. So until that time, you all take care now, and Gong Hei Fat Choi.